Right, there we have it. Ireland have overcome Scotland at Murrayfield, 32-18. Let's get into the game. I would say it was a disappointing game. Let's get straight into the facts. That was a disappointing game. That was a hard watch in many ways, and I still can't quite work out why. I mean, we had a big stoppage in the first 20 minutes with obviously Darcy Graham and Finn Russell clashing heads in the sort of their own heads against each other. There's two defenders, and both of them went off for the rest of the game. We hope they're both okay, especially Darcy Graham had to go off on a stretcher. I think I saw him in the crowd towards the end of the game, so hopefully he's okay. And we hope both are back for the England game. Although I don't want to see the quality in the Scottish team, we want to see the best teams play against each other. But yeah, that was a shame that they went off. That definitely changed the game a bit. Finn Russell, a quality player, he's been there and done it. Darcy Graham, I thought, had a good start to the game. But overall, a very stop-start game. And let's get into the main fact of it. Disappointing from Scotland. Once again, a disappointing performance. I didn't get to do a preview for this game, which I'm really annoyed about. Run out of time, and that will forever annoy me when I see 5 videos, not 6 on this round. But I would have said it. I was going to say it beforehand. Scotland just never turn up in these big games. They just can't turn up against the top 3 or 4 teams in the world. So they turn up for their World Cup final against England every year, and they probably will in 2 weeks and beat us. But they just can't turn up against the likes of Ireland, France, South Africa, New Zealand. They just don't do it, and it happened again. You could see they never looked close to Ireland. Ireland were better, clearly better, but they still didn't look like they got out of second gear. It was poor from Scotland, and I think the 70,000 Scottish fans who are there should be quite annoyed, because I think Gregor Townsend, he hasn't won anything. He's been there 8 or 9 years now. Is it time for him to go? Potentially, it's time. And I just said they don't have the quality. They don't. The players aren't as good as the Irish or French squad or the English squad, in my opinion. But even then, they should be putting in a better performance like that than that. And I think it's time for a change, because that was not good enough. At home, your best chance. This is the best chance Ireland are ever going to have. Scotland are ever going to have to win the Six Nations in the next few years. France have lost the massive opportunity. And they've blown it. They have blown it. So yeah, it's disappointing for Scotland, and just in their general play. If you go into some certain things here, I thought their rucking was bad. Too many times Ireland managed to turn over the ball. They weren't quick enough to the breakdown. A few times they were trying to fix that, and they went so quickly they went past it, and it's like, oh my god, come on Scotland, compose yourself. Handling, they dropped the ball a few times, especially in the first half. I think the backs dropped a few. The line-outs are going pretty poorly. They could never get a hold on their territory in Irish territory, because they've just messed up the line-out. The scrum wasn't working. It was under Ferguson, and God, I can't remember who started now. Who was the other starter? But anyway, I know Schumann came off the bench, but they're usually pretty good, the Scottish scrum, and it just wasn't working today. Ireland were getting all the penalties, which is quite unlike Ireland as well, because Andrew Porter's usually a scrum penalty merchant, like giveaway. I mean, that's his one big weakness usually, but today Ireland had all the scrum dominance. So yeah, it's a surprising performance, really. I'm not sure why it's gone so wrong, but maybe it's just they've sort of choked under a big stage. I'm not sure. They realise the massiveness. That's not a word, but the importance of this game to really compete in the Six Nations, and they bottled it. I want to talk about the ref. I don't think he was a good ref. I don't think he's a good ref. I was going to say it before. I didn't do a preview, but I don't like James Dolman. And I'm not saying Ireland were clearly better, but I just want to mention it. Like, some really odd decisions. The Henshaw knockdown, not even giving a penalty for that. I don't think it's a yellow, but penalty, clearly deliberate. The ball was potentially out of play for the Doohan yellow card. It might not have been, I don't know, but the replay didn't look clear. It was correct yellow card for Doohan if it was in, and I think also correct not a penalty try. There's no guarantee Nash is going to win. I didn't like this wording, because the ball went dead. The players would have got there, but there's no guarantee Nash gets there before Van der Merwe, or I think it was Tom Jordan chasing back. So yeah, I don't think it was a penalty try, but it was a yellow card for Van der Merwe. The Doris try, no way did Dolman see that grounded. He can't see that grounded. And he also can't see Ben White ground his. So that's 2, he's just guessed. And they hardly checked it. So yeah, that was weird. That was all strange. Gibson Park, he kind of traps people with his legs in the ruck. And Super Rugby refs just they love to give away a not rolling away penalty, and you got to be cleverer. You got to realise Gibson Park is trapping someone, and he can play that ball. So just another one. It was something where a guy counter-rucked and Gibson Park was hit because the Irish guy hit into him, who was hit by a Scottish guy. I was like, that's not playing the 9. That's a counter-ruck. I'm so sorry the 9's been affected, but I don't think that's fair. But there you go. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's a very good ref. Talking about Gibson Park, man of the match. He should have been man of the match. I'm sorry, Prendergast was good. He was very good, Prendergast. He had a good game, but Gibson Park was the best player on that pitch by far. Tygburn had a good game. James Lowe had a good game, but Gibson Park was the man of the match. Prendergast, he played well. But my God, the Scottish defence did not put him under any pressure. The only 2 times he did put under pressure, he just did a fake and then kicked it. And you can't fall for that twice as well. Come on. Not compared to what England put him under pressure last week, Scotland were poor in putting a young 21-year-old fly half under pressure. They didn't do it. So again, I think that's another reason why Scotland just weren't good enough today. But yeah, I think that's mostly it. Disappointing for Scotland. Ireland deservedly winning it. Having a good game. That's 2 wins from 2 now. They're looking favourites to win the Six Nations. Should be fine against Wales and Italy away, both those games. So it's just win the France game at home for them, really, and that'd be a grand slam if they do that. So Ireland are looking in a comfortable position. What next for Scotland? Will Finn Russell be back and Darcy Graham be back in 2 weeks for the England game? Possibly, because there's a rest weekend now. It gives them time to recover from that head HIA. So they might be back against England away in Twickenham/Allianz. But yeah, overall, a tough watch that game. And Scotland were disappointing, I thought. And that's mostly it, really. I'm going to do a video doing a roundup on the whole sort of round and where things are standing. A few other thoughts once I've let things breathe. And I'll be doing a few midweek videos about the Six Nations. And next weekend, I'll be doing some matchday vlogs, going up to Nottingham and Coventry. If you managed to get this far, we're nearly 8 minutes through. Thanks for getting this far. Drop a like if you managed to struggle through the first 7.5 minutes. And subscribe. Please subscribe if you want. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers, so then we can go live on YouTube as well as TikTok. But yeah, thank you if you are on here. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.